What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, family and friends? This is Coach E on behalf of Perfect Time Fitness and Meal Prep. We are accepting new clients on both sides. Now, on that personal training side, we are located at Fit Circuit. That is 22141 Rockside Road, Bedford Heights, Ohio, 44146. Now, we do offer one-on-one personal training, group training, one-on-one boxing cardio class. That is noon every Saturday, sports-specific training, and weight loss. On that meal side, we do offer personalized meal prep, catering, charcuterie boards, fresh fruit and vegetable juicing. Now, for us to get in touch with you and for you to get in touch with us, reach out to us on www.perfecttimefitness.com and sign up for those things previously mentioned. We are waiting to hear from you and can't wait to hear from you. Thanks for reaching out in advance. Peace.
Break.
All right now. Everybody up and at 'em. Now let's put all your attention to this episode of Coach E Game for All Seasons, brought to you by Perfect Time Fitness with your boy Coach E, local neighborhood high school basketball coach, local neighborhood high school track coach, local neighborhood high school football coach. Also, most importantly, co-CEO El Presidente at Perfect Time Fitness and meal prep head trainer at Perfect Time Fitness. Ladies and gentlemen, YouTube, Coach E's YouTube channel is where you need to find these visuals for every show that we have been recording for, a long time. So go ahead, catch up on a lot of them, watch them visually. A lot of things you might hear on the audio side, you're like, oh, I wonder why they doing that, why they saying it like that. Because you can see us. That's why. So the other guys that you can see on this show is my two assistant coaches on the left and my right and left-hand side is All Black Room Zen. What's up, Negro?
What's going on? Hopefully one more week I could get it back to the way it usually look. But man, what we need to talk about, fellas? What Friday? Yeah. From Donde? Where? Man, you throwing me off. All right, Friday.
It's K, by the way. It's K. You said that before.
No, Donde.
Yeah, he says it's a hidden meaning behind it. But yeah, Friday, Kung Fu Kenny dropped that GTX. Is that what it's called? Or
GDX,
GNX, G something X. That's sad. I ain't gonna even front. I ain't even interested. So, but I know everybody talking about it, and I know I got two big music lovers. I know you definitely listen to it, and I know Mr. Taboo Timmons, the producer of the pod, definitely did. So, man, what's your thoughts?
GNX.
Okay, GNX. That tell you I don't care about it. All right. So, what's y'all thoughts on the music that has swept the nation that people can't stop talking about?
Fire.
Well, he kept it straight West Coast again, man. He kept it on the they not like us around straight West Coast. There's not a song on there that sounds nothing like anything but West Coast. I like that SZA song a lot too, man. That's one of my favorite ones.
Both of them.
Shout out to Luther, Big Luther with the curl, not Lil Luther. I'm talking about Big Luther. He This Word with Mine, that was one of my mama's favorite songs from him. And like I always tell everybody, that was one of my first concerts that I went to. Luther Vandross at the front row because she didn't have no babysitter. So me and my brother had to tag along. He had on that big black sequence jacket, taking up half the stage because he was Big Luther at that time. But that was one hell of a sample. Good song, man. But the rest of the album, I think it's he just riding the wave and just trying to prepare himself and stay hot for that Super Bowl performance. Not saying it's a bad album. It's just, you know, it's not a full album. He got a couple songs, but it's not like one you could just play out like the previous one. But it's decent. Overall, I give it about 75%, about 75.
What?
Yeah.
75. What about 100? I give that boy 100 because look, you can let it ride. Hey, first of all, he owed Drake some money. He owed Drake some royalties because Drake helped him find a sound that people love if they just listen to it. Zen, you know. So look, all them West Coast beats, he found a sound that was great that he could ride to, squabble up. I love the scissor. That ain't West Coast, but the two scissor joints. I like both of them. Let's see what else. I'm looking at the track list. The Reincarnated, he tried to sound like Pac on that one, but I know he was paying homage. That was on purpose, or homage, or whatever. Zen looking like, no, brother, it's homage. That Heart part 6, I like that. Man, he got some cuts. I done let it ride all the way through, probably about 3-4 times. I ain't even changed it yet, so I like it. I really like it.
Okay,
I think
so
this might be one of the better ones.
I'm hearing. Well, you wasn't a fan of the early stuff. That's the thing where
I love the early stuff. I did. I love the early stuff. I mean, I did, but this is fun, Kendrick. Though, see, early stuff, that deep music, it don't got too much replay value.
It ain't in nah. Cause see,
I don't think it's fun Kendrick on here either though. He's still kind of angry.
Really? Oh, and then the fake one mic joint, Man in the Garden.
He's still taking shots at people. I wouldn't say that's fun.
Yeah,
Kendrick.
he is.
I think that's.
I mean, he doing it in the country grammar type way, you know. Down, baby, yo, street in the Range Rover, street sweeper, baby, cock ready to let it go. Over good beats, make it less threatening. That's what y'all get to see white people when y'all Negroes is less threatening. So
whatever,
it's less threatening music.
He's had definitely white fans. Go back to his early work where he had the one fan come up there and recite some lyrics to a song, and she said the N-word. He had to call her out like, "Hey, you're going a little too far." So he done had his white fans. That's not. But yeah,
I know he had some white mashups.
I go back with Kendrick. I go back, man, mixtape Kendrick. So Overly Dedicated, Section 80 type stuff. So this stuff now, I mean, I'm happy for him. It's gonna probably generate the most, but it ain't for me. But I hear it's more like a mixtape than an actual album. And hearing E's review, it sounds like it's more like a mixtape than an actual album.
From what though? How y'all getting that? It's 12 cuts. 12 cuts. They bangers.
Mixtapes are 12 cuts.
Yeah, but that ain't. This is an album, fellas. Y'all got to relax, man. It's an album.
I really don't think it is though. I think it's a setup for an album. No, I don't think so. Because you could tell he worked on it, but it didn't go into like depths of an album. Like an artist like Kendrick, the depths of the album that they go through is like, it's a long thought out, long process ordeal. It's not just like no put together songs. Still do good on it because you're one hell of an artist. You could tell that's what this is. I don't want to say it's all freestyle and stuff like that, but I don't think the hard work and like life story and life instances and things like that was put into this. It's a couple songs, like you said, fun Kendrick. That's not Kendrick really. You know what I'm saying? He's a lot deeper and thought out and strategic and just a deep thinker. So I think his album would have been a lot deeper than this. That's why I get kind of like what Zen was saying, the mixtape vibe with that, especially with that like Turn the TV Off song. That's kind of like his version of commercial. You know what I mean? So I don't think he didn't go in too much depth with this album or mixtape, whatever. LP. Let's just call it an LP.
Because it's the whole point. What I'm hearing is what Drake dropped that's like that. If you reading this, it's too late type of vibe, or what J. Cole just dropped recently. I might delete this later. So you saying it's more along in the vein of that. So okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Pretty much.
All right. So but what's good, fellas?
Oh damn! Forgot we was on intros. We got deep into the conversation. That intro was good. Shit, I forgot. On the right hand side, I got Billy Ho hat wearing B Sizzle.
Billy
What
Ho.
up, Billy Ho Sizzle?
Billy Ho. Oh man, racist black people. Nah,
Oh
man,
damn.
what's good? What's good, yo? So I got to get something off my chest too. I'm watching the Browns Steelers game. Don't worry, Zian. I'm not gonna give up no whole Browns take because I'm watching it. It's cold as hell outside. It starts snowing outside. You know, we what was we 2-8 playing an 8-2
Mm-hmm.
number one division, and you had the fans out there, man. The fans. Man, look, and I was like, I had to address this because Cleveland got the number one fans. I had something queued up for you, but my phone has decided not to play it, so I'm not gonna search for it. Basically, as my dude sent it to me, ESPN, guy on ESPN, he was having a whole rant about how the Cleveland fans they've been through so much, and they just still love this Cleveland Browns team. Man, they was out there in the cold, no shirts, even before it started snowing. They cheering, they riled up, no dome necessary. They just out there like, look, we out here having a good time. So, hey man, love the fans. The fans are the greatest in the league. And I end it with this. E, you love the fans. You love the Cleveland fans. You love all the fans. And you know why you love the fans? Because it ain't the roar of the crowd. It ain't the roar from the fans, the ceiling fans. It's the crowd that you love. That insane feeling that you say when you walk out the tunnel, that comes from the fans, my brother. But it's not your boy, but your favorite grown ass man and number one fan of the Cleveland teams. Yeah, I love and hate them, but I still love them. Mr. Taboo Timmons. He love the fans. What's up, fellas?
Zen, don't you love how he just make one thing into such a broad area when
That's
that's
why.
nowhere near the same thing at all? But go
Yeah,
ahead.
I get calls. You want to talk about your phone ring? I get calls too. And you know what's the number one question? Why do E hate the fans so much? Why do E hate the Cleveland fans so much? Why does E hate the opinionated fans so much? I say, you know what? He don't hate the fans. He love the fans. He send me clips when the Guardians, you hear this sound. I love this sound. You go back to 2020. It was no fans in the stands and it was stupid. And they had to try to pump artificial fan noise in. The fans make the game. The fans make the game, E, and you love them. That's why. So I gotta send out. You owe me some money because I've been apologizing on your behalf.
Well, let's stop to apologize on my behalf right here. Listen up, fans and the people, whoever you are, calling his phone. I'll go ahead and break it down. See, on one hand, this is how I know how to differentiate things. And the Cleveland fan is so narrow minded and entitled to what I don't know. But the fans cheering in the stands, having a great time at the game, yeah, that's the great part of the fans. But the fans, Cleveland fans, that are outside of the game, that are just saying they're 1-2, like they know what they're talking about, like, yeah, man, we should have did this, or we should have did this, or why can't we have it like this? Or why can't it's the opinionated fans that I hate and the entitled fans that I hate. The cheering fans, awesome. Keep doing your thing. We need more like you. Fill the arena up, fill up the field, keep screaming, keep yelling. Yeah, that's the awesome part. But keep your unentitled opinions to yourself because you really think you know what you're talking about, but you really don't know because you're so emotional. Your emotions take over what you think is such a good idea or a good comment. So therefore, it ends up being a shot taken here and there, or just ignorance being spewed, or just the past. Well, we always do this, and the Browns has been doing this so bad. We used to lose, and I'm not what. Don't nobody want to hear all that shit. So yeah, go ahead, cheer your butts off, show your support, but shut up after the game is over. We don't need your opinion. The game doesn't revolve around you, and no choices are going to be made, or no final decisions are going to be made by you, the stupid Cleveland fan. That's what I mean.
No way. Look, like love, like Married with Children theme song said, you can't have one without the other. You
Yes, you can.
can't have one without the other. Nope, because they all. That's why these fans, short for fanatics, go out there and cheer on a bad football team who they go and they root. They need the fans, like they need the
Yeah,
crowd. The players have told you this,
agree
so
with
it
that
goes
part.
one with the other. You
No,
can't separate it. You
yes, you
can't
can.
separate. That's like saying E. You can't work out and yell. Just like they say up at Planet Fitness. You can't, it's a luck alarm. Why? You don't have to yell. Do you yell when you work out?
Not at all. No need.
You don't be like, "Rrr, rrr."
No. Never.
Well, some people do. They need to yell. They want to yell. That's okay. Let them yell. So if the fans want to complain when they put a bad product, just like you got product reviews on Amazon, you got product reviews and critics that criticize food, bad chefs, and then you got critics that criticize bad football play, Deshaun Watson. So, look, the fans, man, you gotta love them, man. We out here, fans. But go ahead, Zen, man. Zen got that look, man. Go ahead. We can talk about this all day.
Well, since you're here in football land, I guess we might as well stay in football land. So those Browns that you talked about, I wasn't able to catch it. I was on the road. But it seems like they put on quite a performance in the snow and beat the Pittsburgh Steelers yet again on the Thursday night. This is not the first time. It seems like it's a ritual now. Anytime they play the Pittsburgh Steelers on a Thursday night, they come out with the victory. So
at home.
What was at home? Yeah, you're right. At home. So, fellas, what's the takeaways from this week's game?
Takeaways. I know you wanna rebound. You want to rebuttal off my take, don't you? Don't you?
No, I don't want to rebuttal. I just always let you go first, so you can get that out the way.
Gotcha. Yeah, we get it out the way, man. First of all, shouts out to our should-be starting quarterback for next year, Jameis Winston. Great performance, man. Look, before the game started, I felt some magic in the air. I said, this is magical. So I created a little graphics I sent out to the people. First of all, Morpheus is back. Told you we was going to mess around and win. I asked y'all wasn't too confident in it. So I took the high road, the low road, whatever you want to call it, the back roads. And I said, we going to win this thing. I sent out the graphics. I tortured my daughter because she's a big-time Steelers fan. People was laughing at me, ridiculing me, saying, no way we going to win this game. I felt something magical in the air. Then when I saw Jameis mic'd up his pre-football talk, it was great. It was great. The man is just pumped up. He's horrible from a man who ain't watched the game. You rather drive.
No, I didn't see that. I saw that.
It was wonderful.
Pre-game speech.
You had to see it. Like
hold on.
You
pause. You can get back to it. You can get back to it.
You can't have one without the other.
You a football player. You a former football player. Your quarterback gave that speech that Jameis gave at the beginning. Is that hyping you up? Is that going to be your source of motivation? What he gave?
Well, Zane, I'm gonna have to go ahead and say yes. I like it. I love all the Jameis.
Yeah,
I like it. Yeah, I enjoy it. It's not that he pumped. It's just what he says. That's just, it's always a guy like that on every single team. No matter what level you play on, it's always a Jameis. So, and I enjoy that guy.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
Back to you, B.
Because he's trying to give some positivity with all these negative haters. All these people, the Browns gonna lose. We gonna get beat. We don't beat the Steelers unless Baker Mayfield's quarterback. I mean, all these people saying all this stuff. Look, Jameis came out there feeling good in the snow. He was happy. He was giving glory to God. He was like, look, yo, we out here. He was happy making snow angels. He was pumped up the whole damn game. I didn't even know this guy was such a character. I'm getting a Jameis. I'm late to the Jameis party because I never heard him talk as much as I heard him talk now, of course. So, look, I'm pumped. I hope he get to stay because he was out there having a good time. He threw 18 of 27, 219 in a snowstorm. You know, he was still happy to play. He was encouraging to the line. Just seemed like everybody respond better than that other guy, that other Swiss cheese. So, the guys was catching the balls. You know, Nick Chubb had a decent game. I really like it. And look, last thing I'm going to say, then I'm going to let E take over with the technicals. Hanford Dixon. You know Hanford Dixon. Football legend, football royalty around town. He agreed with me. Keep Kevin Stefanski. Keep the guy around. He agrees. 2-time coach of the year. 2-time playoffs out of 4 years. Keep him around. I mean, see what he can do. Get rid of the scrap, that guy number 4 softbacks cookie. Get rid of him. Let a guy have a QB. Let whatever you got to do. Let's just keep him around. Let's see what he could do. E. Esquire, the floor is yours.
Zen, You see how he started that whole thing? That's the part of the Cleveland fan that I just absolutely hate because he literally said which should be the next year's starting QB. So
I
this
did.
man is admitting that he wants Jameis Winston to be his starting quarterback for the season next year. This is what they want. You know what I'm
I
saying?
can't Flacco.
Then all the see, and there's another Cleveland fan comment.
Yep.
It's just that so that part, fans, people who call his phone, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Then he continues to just take shot after shot at people while he's supposed to be talking about the game. So let me talk about the game. We started off pretty good. Defense came out playing good. Offense came out, tried to get a rhythm, couldn't really get one together all the way, but we were still moving the ball. So, which means there was a rhythm being established amongst each other in the huddle and everything. So, eventually, the snow started coming down. I started worrying about Jameis' sight because he had that surgery, the LASIK surgery. But for all you people that know Jameis and like his history, he really could not see back in the Tampa Bay days and some of the New Orleans days, he actually had LASIK surgery because his eyesight was so bad. He would always squint to try to see the play call. He would always squint to try to see the play clock and the game clock down in distance and things like that. So I was worried about his eyesight, but he did a damn good job throwing the ball like that in the snow. And I was really surprised at Dorsey by calling all of those pass plays in the snow. But actually, it really wasn't that cold while it was snowing like that. It was still like 40 degrees. It was just snowing like that. So that's technically not the temperature that you would get up here for a snowstorm like that. It usually would probably be like 25 or 22 or something like that with those winds like that down at the lake. But it was still pretty warm outside. But they played a damn good game, but it always is those points in the game where we always just pile it on with ourselves with either the miscommunication with the DBs in the secondary or just the penalties that just come back to back to back. We was doing a real good job with the penalties until that fourth quarter when we got down by that 1 point, 19-18, and we was driving to try and take the lead. It just seemed like at uncertain times or just horrible times in the game where we need to be cohesive and ride that freaking energy and rhythm that we had. False start, illegal motion, illegal formation, or just things like that, back to back to back. And now we behind the chains and we got to go into this horrible play calling situation because I don't care what you do or what you say. Nobody has a play for 2nd and 25. You're just trying to get as much as you can get back to make that third down manageable or whatever you want to call it. But we just got to stop doing that. And if you look at it, that's been our story all year, just shooting ourselves in the foot. Injuries, you really can't say nothing about that being shot in the foot, but just the penalties and the miscommunications. So we even gave up a touchdown on the miscommunication. So if you watch Coach E's film room that we do all the time, that's on YouTube page, broke down how that one touchdown to Moore, number 19 for the Steelers, and Greg Newsome was supposed to be in the cover 2 box, linebacker level, doing a hook to curl. McLeod came down and for some reason tried to replace Greg Newsome. So Greg Newsome saw him at the last minute. The Steelers player streaking down the field and went with him. That's what gave them that 19-18 lead. It's just stuff like that we have to stop doing with the miscommunication. So if it's cover 2, just play cover 2. If it's cover 3, do your responsibility in cover 3, so forth and so on. But we have got to stop doing that to get out of that habit from the end of this year going into next year, because it's been carrying over year to year to year. Because we used to say this same thing when Joe Woods was the defensive coordinator. It always seemed like it was miscommunication with the secondary. So if we find a way to figure that out, we can end up the rest of this year, because it's still about 6 games left, dude. It's still quite a bit of time. We can make this record look a little bit better than what the season has been going, and hopefully get some momentum and going into next year with Byron's starting quarterback, Jameis Winston.
Oh, so do you feel
No,
you will be okay with Jameis coming back being your quarterback next season?
The other white meat.
not the starter. I would love him to be the backup because he's a great person, vibe, and energy in the building. I would love him to be the backup. I just wouldn't want him to be my starter, and I'm really trying to win because Jameis is going Jameis. Shout out to Hood. Jameis is going Jameis. He'll give you
So
the 350 yards. He'll give you the 3 touchdowns, but he also going to give you 2 or 3 picks, and that's just not how you win.
in this new run with the Browns, have you seen him start to curb those turnover prone uh what's the word I'm looking
Problems?
for? Yeah, have you seen him start to curb that in his time as starter?
No, because he still does it. That Chargers
He
game,
still
3 picks. The Steelers game,
that's just one game.
1 pick. He still had a couple
Okay.
of picks. Like 3 drop picks that Ravens game. If they don't drop those are still picks. But he's putting it in these situations where it constantly can happen. So he just has. It's just him. Like you can't do anything about it. He throws the ball with no fear. So that's the end result you're gonna get.
Love it. Let it fly. At least he give us a chance by
See
throwing the
what I
ball.
mean?
Let it fly. You hold the ball and get sacked, you lose the damn
This-
game, Watson.
this
Fake
is-
Raiders. I told y'all, throw the ball, man.
It's just unbelievable to me that people really say that. That's crazy. Well, go ahead, Sam.
Oh, okay. Now, what's your confidence level in a Deshaun Watson after everything he's been through? What's your confidence, or do you feel it's ran its course and we need to
I know this is an E question.
try?
Yeah.
Try to look someplace else, or are you willing to give Deshaun another chance come next season?
Oh no, it hasn't worked, and it's not going to work. It's over.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's nothing I could do, nothing I could say. I was wrong, and I still believe it's 50-50. Totally, he didn't hold up his end of the bargain, but him and Stefanski is just not a good mix whatsoever. So it's just not going to work. Screw it.
So
What's his future, E? What's Watson's future? Just curious.
He's probably done. I don't know what team wants him,
Damn.
especially after this injury. Nobody wanted him before that, so it's pretty rough sailings there. He just got his guaranteed money coming, so I think we should just do what Houston did that last year that he was there. Just pay him to stay away because you can't cut him, or it's going to be worse on your damn salary cap. So you just got to eat what you got to eat. So just find a way, go younger at quarterback, or get a veteran in here that's going to do whatever he got to do.
Okay. Now, okay, so you said go younger. So my question is, if we would go younger, get a draft a quarterback in the draft.
That's the scary part, though.
You know how I
agree
feel
with you.
about rookie quarterbacks in coaching situations.
Mm-hmm.
It all depends on how you see Kevin Stefanski. If you see Kevin Stefanski as a good coach and his job is safe, I say, okay, give him a quarterback and he can stick around. But if you think Kevin Stefanski is on the hot seat, a rookie quarterback is not going to save his job. It's best to go ahead and go with a brand new coach. And so you don't have a Caleb Williams situation developing like you see in Chicago right now. So what's your take on Kevin Stefanski as far as if we go and get a rookie quarterback? Is he good enough to stick around and help mold this quarterback, or do you feel like the Chicago Bears should have did go ahead and move on from him and don't waste this future prospects first year in the league?
So I'm gonna answer that backwards. I think Chicago, yeah, that might have been like the wrong situation, but I think this is good for Caleb Williams because he's still showing that he really belongs in the NFL. He's not playing too horrible. He still has flashes of him like competing and making plays and trying to will his team to a win. So I think this is actually good for him to learn hard like that. Now, let's say it's 1 year wasted. Yeah, because they are going to fire Eberflus and try and get another guy in here. So if you want to look at it that way, yeah, okay, I can see technically it's a waste of year, but I think this is actually good for him. But that's why I said on the Stefanski part that's the hard part because I don't trust him with a younger quarterback. Not only do I not trust him with a younger quarterback, I don't trust Barry to pick the right quarterback for Stefanski just because of his draft record the way it's been. DTR. Come on, man. That was a bad pick. He doesn't fit anything that Kevin wants to do. He doesn't have the arm strength. He doesn't have the defensive reading capabilities. He just I don't know what DTR is. He's just a guy out there looking lost, man. And that comes from nobody being there to develop him. So that's the scary part. But if you want to keep Stefanski here, if you don't fire him, just go with a veteran, man, because he's proven he can win with veterans that just get thrown together. So just go that route if you keep Stefanski. But if you fire him, absolutely, we got to get the right quarterback in here as a rookie, because that's going to help us with the salary cap situation I was just talking about with Deshaun. We're going to have to go that route to afford the rest of the team.
Big-eyed Taboo.
Oh, my God. Good. He let go of the veteran. What is Winston? Jameis Winston's not a veteran?
Yeah, but he is a backup, B. You don't want him to start. You just don't.
Wow, I mean,
I don't
what's
understand
been his
why
record under him at quarterback? I mean, before this game, he was throwing 321 yards a game since
with
week 8.
3 interceptions.
With 3 interceptions. What's been the record
in one
with
game?
him? Right, in one game. What's been the record with him? They say since week 8. How long we had him going?
2-2.
Yeah, it's 2-2.
2-2. Okay. Hey man, look, you said it yourself. Get a veteran. You said it without wanting to say it. You want to say keep Jameis or bring back Flacco or both. Just bring them both back.
I said
it's done. Put Flacco to bed, man.
I said keep Jameis as a backup. Why do you want Joe Flacco? What has he done in Indianapolis that you want him back here?
I ain't starting in Indianapolis. We got the candy shop here with the receivers. He came in throwing 300 yards. I guess 300 yards ain't that hard unless you watch it. Because he did it.
So
Jameis did it.
How many interceptions did Flacco have?
Look, man, you know how I feel about interceptions. Just give us a chance to win that. Okay, so let me ask you this then. Give me a veteran you talking about. Give me a name.
I have no clue. That's the front office job. You got Danny Dimes that just cleared waivers. He's going to go somewhere. Hey, I'm just saying. That's Daniel Jones, the old Giants quarterback. But
he was good enough to beat us, but no.
No.
I'm just saying.
Better than Jameis. I'm talking about Coach E is Andrew Berry. Coach E, Andrew Berry. You are Andrew Berry. Who you going after? Who you looking at?
No clue, because it's week 12 and you don't know who's going to get cut and who's going to be out there. So I can't give you that answer right now today.
If you can get anybody, who would it be? That's a veteran. Anybody.
Let me ask you this.
That's not realistic.
Let me throw you a name. I'm going to throw you a name.
Nobody. Give me a name, Zen. He got nobody.
Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, no. Aaron Rodgers. No.
He's going to be a veteran that's probably not going back to the Jets next season.
We don't need that.
Good.
All right. Let's see. I'm trying to go through
Baker
everything.
So
you and that Baker.
Yeah,
that's
Baker.
A good one.
Baker
I don't know
who right. Y'all ain't got nobody. So let me have Mala Jameis.
Baker's doing such a great job.
Yeah, he was before he lost all his weapons. But you see what he did last week?
Yeah.
You see what he did last week with no weapons? Still won. No bait pack, CJ.
They beat a Giants team with no quarterback.
With your hero quarterback that you said we should get over Winston.
No, he wasn't playing. He was not there. That's my point.
That's what I'm saying. It was the third string quarterback, dude.
Right, it was the third string.
He stink. No, we don't want him. I'm just curious because I keep hearing
I'm
this.
not saying we want him, but that's the only guy that I know that's going to be available right now. So, like I said, the season ain't over yet. You don't know who's going to get kept. You don't know who's going to get cut. You just don't know right now. It's way too early for that.
J-Dub. That's who it is. J-Dub.
All right. That's the Browns. We done touched on the Browns. Let's switch it over to basketball. We do need to touch on. We did get some fan mail. So I do want to bring that up real quick. As B is hold down, it does pertain to basketball, fellas. So we got some fan mail from our favorite fan.
One dance, right?
Our favorite fan. A fan of the podcast. Mr. Dews, we appreciate you every time, brother, when you send us one of these emails. So
what up,
this
Dews?
This one is pertaining to dynamic duos. So this is about Bronny and King James, and it reads, Bronny and King James, history in the making. No matter how you feel about it, the first time father throws an oop to a son in a professional NBA basketball game is going to be must-see TV. Now, I got to stop here. I don't know when that oop ever gonna happen. I'm gonna keep it real. Bronny, whew, man. I don't know when that oop gonna come from dad,
Y'all say
man.
it's in,
Things ain't
man. Say
looking
what's
bright
in your
right now.
heart.
But let me keep going.
Thanks.
In my opinion, it goes deeper than basketball and business. The symbolism of a black male that came from a fatherless home being there to give an assist to his son can speak volumes about the black father narrative. Go Black Dads. But forget about all the Hallmark TV stuff. I'm with you there. All right, basketball. So basketball season is underway.
Get Joe Biden from the teleprompter, please.
Oh man! But since we are speaking about Bronny and Bron, let's talk about dynamic duos. Who is / was your favorite dynamic duo in sports and why? So, who wants to take the baton on this one and run with it?
I started off. I'll pop off on this relay. I got kind of two of them. It's kind of split, but it involves the same person in both of them. When I was younger, Penny and Shaq used to be my favorite. That's I used to love the Magic back then. Penny and Shaq, and I always wondered how it would be if they was together, like for a long time. If Penny never would have had those injuries and the knee stuff and everything, but then you carried over to Shaq and Kobe, even though it was so much. I don't even want to say hatred between the two, but just competitive spirit between the two. Those two were still like crazy unstoppable, man. Hence the run that they went on. So, like I said, it involves the same person with Shaq. Kobe and Shaq, Penny and Shaq. Two of the favorite duos in my lifetime.
I like that, Esquire. Well, look, I see you got two, I got two. My first two is gonna be Kozar and Webster Slaughter. They had magic on that football field like no others. They was slinging that peel, catching that ball, Jerry Curl juice flying all around. That was the magical duo. Magical duo. My second, gas. For my second duo, that would be LeBron James and Kyrie Irving. Them boys in the finals, even though it wasn't that long of a run together, had they stayed together, we would have probably won 10 championships. We'd have been 10 for 10 because those boys was magic in 2016. Oh my God. It was more magic than the magic you speak of, E. Them boys was putting 40 points apiece up on the board. Come on now.
Hey.
He said,
Come on, man.
So once again, Zen, he don't even know that he proving my point when he does stuff like that. Like, why is that the best? Why?
That was the best duo, man. It was throwing the ball. He was catching it. He was bombing unlike certain quarterbacks we draft for $230 million. He was throwing that ball far over 10 yards. And he was catching. What shot? What? I'm talking about Kozar. I'm talking about Kozar. Kozar Webb, man. My true fans know what's up.
I wasn't ready.
Growing up, he thought Webster Slaughter was his daddy, so
Kevin Mack and Ernest Spider. Come on. Kevin Mack and Ernest Spider.
Special place in his heart for him.
I was not expecting that, man.
Come on, my true fans know they agree with me. Man. They agree with me. Your phone rings. Somebody gonna call you like, yeah, you know what? He had a good point. Probably gonna be Shave. He gonna be he had a good point. Shave ain't that old.
If it's Shave, I'm gonna have some choice words for that brother.
I appreciate you, big dudes, for that. I didn't know I was gonna get the comic relief off of that one, brother. Woo! Oh man. But speaking of Bronny James, I know you, Mr. Taboo Timmons, had a little thing in the group chat about him getting preferential treatment while he's in the G League. The reports are saying he doesn't travel with the team. He has his special accommodations as far as when it comes to travel and where he stays at. And then while his stint in the G League, he's only doing the home games with the G League. So that didn't sit right with you. You wanted to talk about this, so I'm gonna let you take the floor on this one.
Yeah, because that right there, man. First of all, he done went all David Ruffin, talking about, man, I ain't traveling with the team. Dude, he cannot do that. He should not be allowed to do it. I love the fact that their daddy is LeBron James. I love it. LeBron, what he's done for the league, the Cavaliers, the organization of the Lakers, the Heat, all that. He paid his dues. But Bronny ain't paid no dues, man. He in college, he wasn't good. Contrary to other people's belief, Brian, he wasn't good. He was terrible. He got, because of his daddy, got him this position. He was riding the pine, got in the game. Well, it was hot garbage. In the games, it was terrible. The few minutes he had, it was terrible. He went to the G League. Let's see, he played two games in the G League, 5 points a game. What is this hot garbage? 21% shooting. 2.5 boards, 3 assists. Dude, these ain't no David Ruffin numbers. So he definitely riding off the coattails of his daddy with these demands. I think he need to go in there and get the playing time that he need, because he didn't pan out like E and Brian thought he was gonna make some magical turn when he got to the league. Even though in college he was terrible, hot stank garbage, but he was supposed to transform into some butterfly. We still waiting for the butterfly. He a cocoon with no legs. So look, that's why I'm like, play your games, bro. Pay your dues. Your daddy paid his dues. Pay your dues, man. Just go ahead and travel, get better, join the league, do your thing. This dude went David Ruffin. So my thing is to E, what I said I was gonna ask him, because I'm curious. You have played pro ball, you have played semi-pro ball. You a man who put in the dues. First of all, have you seen anybody like this on your team that, you know, they wanted to call some shots? And if you were sitting the pine and you put in the dues, you paid, you did the work, how would you feel about this if you sitting on the Lakers team, G League team, and this man saying he ain't gonna travel with you? How would you feel? Or would it matter?
So first of all, fans, let me clear this up. Never said he was going to be an all-star. If you can remember, I said eventually he will be a good pro.
He ain't even a some star. He ain't even a porn star. He ain't no star.
So once again, what number pick was he?
55.
Right. So he's playing like the 55th overall pick right now. He's just not good right now. But by the end of his career, like I said, he's going to be a decent pro. Then the second part of that, he ain't making them damn rules. That came from his daddy. He ain't going in there saying nothing. LeBron made all them damn rules. And what you going to tell that man no? You ain't about to tell him no. So you, as a player on the Lakers bench that's sitting there watching it go on, and he ain't playing over you because he ain't playing in the league. The G League stuff, okay, so what? He's not playing in the G League. Oh, that's so sad. Nobody even really cares about that. He's not going to play over anybody on the bench. But if he does, once again, it's because his daddy told them to play his son. That's the reason why he got him in the league, so he could show him the ropes in the NBA, show him how to be a professional, show him what to do on the road trips. That's why he wants him on the road trips with them instead of the G League being out there by himself. Maybe he think his son ain't ready for that life right now, to be by himself in that situation, being the star that he is already with all the followers on social media. Everybody is going to those G League games just to see him anyway. So maybe it's that situation. Bronny is not going in there with no demands whatsoever. His daddy is doing that. And nobody is telling his daddy no. No, it's not speculation. It's freaking politics. That's what the NBA is.
They said that. I mean, but why G League? Why don't you think he need G League, or you still think he ready for the league?
No, the only way you can get ready for the league is to play in the league. G League is really not going to help you to play in the league, because look at Emoni Bates. He can score 30 in the G League every damn night, and he come to the NBA and can't even give us 10. So the only way to get ready for the NBA is to play in the NBA. So he needs reps on the big stage. But as far as everything else, yeah. If I want to sit here and complain, you ask me, what would I do? Nothing. Because what I'm going to say, it's a political – all professional sports are political. That is LeBron James telling the organization what to do. You can't do anything about it but let it happen. You're not going to
But
win
if
that
you
battle.
Bronny,
So just shut
but
the hell up.
if you Bronny, wouldn't you want to get under the thumb of your daddy? That's why you calling yourself Bronny. You don't want to be Bron Jr. You want to be Bronny. And at some point,
So how is
you
that
got to go
making
out
him
there and
not
say,
Bronny?
because so wait, you telling me the G League is pointless for development? That's not a developmental league.
I mean, to a certain extent, yes, it is, but it's not developing you for the NBA. It's a total different game. The G League does not have the players that the NBA has, so therefore it's going to be a total different game. The G League is more of a team oriented game. You really don't have no superstars like that in the G League that you got to go after and like do a scouting report on. Not knocking anybody in the G League, but they're not, let's just say, for instance, they're not Maxey. They're not Damian Lillard. They're not, hell, even a Paul George or a freaking Jimmy Butler or things like that. So with those people being on the court with you, it's a total different game than what you see in the G League. It's nowhere near fast enough. The guys are nowhere near athletic enough. The guys are nowhere near strong enough. So no, the G League is not going to develop him for the NBA. It'll get him some playing time, yeah. But I mean, what do you want? What do you want him to do?
So you saying nobody from the it's been no G Leaguers that went on to be all stars. Oh, what happened?
Zen, you on mute.
Okay, I was about to say, I was like, man, is it
Yeah,
you or
yeah.
me that
Can you hear me?
did he freeze or is it
Yeah,
something
he
on my
froze like
screen?
a mug.
I lost connectivity. It put me back in.
You said you
Okay.
telling me nobody in the G?
So
That's-
so nobody in the G League has played and gone on to be a superstar, and none of the superstars you mentioned ever played in the G League.
But this is the thing,
none of the
and
superstars I just named, hell no.
nah, but what? And see, this is where I'm just gonna jump in with my little 2 cents, because I think we all come to an agreement that Bronny's not gonna be a superstar, but Bronny's gonna be a role player. He's gonna be good
Yeah.
enough to be a role player, and that's where I'm like, the G League will help, because the Cavs have plenty role players off their bench. The Sam Merrills, the Ty Jeromes, the Dean Wades that's done G League. And so that's my thing. I'm like, if we know where his ceiling is, I'm like, you need to just go ahead and start on that path, man, and start your development in that process. I know the Lakers are torn because Daddy wants him under his thumb, and having his son there has given Bron extra motivation to do well as far as on the court, and keeps him more engaged throughout the course of the season. But I don't know. I'm like, Bron, you do a lot of things right, man. So it's hard to go against you. But I kind of question, man. I'm just hoping you ain't blowing this. You made all these moves to get this man in this position. I'm just hoping now you don't blow this opportunity for him once he's in this position to actually do something for himself. But yeah, go ahead.
So who's gonna have that conversation with him? Who's gonna say that?
Nobody.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And why did he go to the G League
come
though?
from Mav or Rich, and they probably.
Yeah, who sent him to the G League after he had that clause? Like, who sent him down there?
Organization.
Yeah, they probably had a conversation and came to the agreement that this is what it be, and like, all right, we're gonna do it this way, but it's only for the home games. And I'm wondering, is part of it just for the home games and having separate travel and this, that, and the other? Is that based on a security, for security reasons? Because my brother brought
I wouldn't doubt that.
up
That's
to
what
me.
I said. The superstar that he already is traveling with a G League team, you don't have too much pushback.
A little bit of that humility might help that kid as far as in his development. You was just telling me about Caleb Williams and how him having to go through what he's going through is going to help him in the long run. I think having a taste of some of that humility will probably help him as well too in his development, I would think.
But just this is the athlete side of me talking. This is humility. He's not playing. He's been playing all of his life. He's not playing. So that shit humbles you. No matter who you think you are in your head, you're not playing. You're sitting there literally watching everything. That shit hurts, man.
I can agree with that. Plus, not putting the ball in the hoop. I think that's
the
psychological
struggles
thing.
of everything. That's humbling like a mother right there, dude.
Because this struggle is years in the making. Not like it's years. Like we had, because we could say USC was terrible. Actually, I'm gonna say ever since the heart attack.
That's right. So that's what I'm saying. That's the USC year.
Yeah.
That's since you like the term asterisk, that's the asterisk year right there. The USC year. It's not even a year.
Okay.
That was 14 games, if that.
I'm proud of you, Esquire. Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, that asterisk, okay, we give him an asterisk. So this is an asterisk career too. You know, asterisk.
Very well could be.
Off the rails. Off the rails.
Yeah.
Off the rails.
Yeah.
Let's get it back.
No, it's still good though, because he got a good point. So do you think he'll be able to get it back? You think he lost? Like, is it really possible? Is it possible that he lost something after the heart attack? Whether it be motivation, skill.
No, that's the thing. I think it was a little bit of a hype before it.
Yeah, because it was really only in high school. It was really only one half a year where.
So this is what I always say. The Zion guy, tall skinny cat that went to high school with Brian, Zaire Williams. He wasn't a freaking killer like that in high school. He wasn't even a killer like that in college, and he's still not a killer like that now. We just saying this because it's LeBron's son. If it wasn't LeBron's son and he was Zaire Williams, nobody would even be bringing this up. That's my whole point. He's the 55th pick. So that means he's not one of the best players. He's going to be a role player, guys, just like Zaire Williams. So it is what it is. I think people just have so much emotion.
That's what, and BJ Boston then had to go down to the G League and get it out the mud so he could start making his name that he's making right now with the New Orleans Pelicans. Because we see the future for him. Let's go ahead but you know,
Wait, you missing an element though. You missing one element because you put a target on your back again with special treatment. It's just like the contract that we ain't gonna mention. Your special treatment. Once you get special treatment and you get privileges, and you skip the line. He skipped the long line.
Austin Rivers.
You get you getting a target on your back.
See, I think that's totally
like
different.
That when he was with the LA Clippers.
But I think that's totally different because, his dad was the coach, but his dad wasn't playing with him. We have to be able to literally step back and look at that whole meaning. They're playing together, like they're on the same team. That's some historic shit, and that's a very proud moment for a dad to be able to have this moment. So I really think that's what it's all about right now this year. And just like you said, Zen, Bron is responding, playing these crazy games, having triple doubles back to back, like he's freaking 28 again. So just let it happen. Like, it's no wrong being done. If y'all say he suck already, so what's the point if he's never going to get it back like other people think? So just let it happen. Let the family enjoy this moment because it's two fathers on here that I know damn well I would want my son right there every single step because I want to enjoy everything on these road trips that we going on. Hey, come on, let's go out to eat. Or come on, man, let me show you what we do over here. Let me just little stuff like that. That's a lifetime worth of memories. And it's just people that don't look that deep into it. They see, oh, well, he's a special guy. He looks for special treatment. I don't see that at all. I think he's like the furthest kid that looks for that, honestly. I don't know him personally, but just from the outside looking in, I don't see him trying to call no shots like that. I don't see him being that kind of guy.
Stories like this don't help the cause. It don't help the cause. Stories like this don't help. You know what I mean? Like, at some point, you got to be like, all right, Dad, thanks, but back off. let me try to
And that will
establish a name
happen
for myself.
after this year, I believe.
Okay.
What's gonna happen this year is Brian ain't retiring, so he played with both his sons. To Bryce
whatever.
join the Lakers. I'm
Let
telling you, it's gonna
go.
happen. Mark my word. I'm Morpheus.
Let it go. Let that one go.
I got a Cavs hat on.
All right.
Webster Slaughter.
Yeah, Webster Slaughter, boy.
Hey, y'all feeling that? Y'all feeling that? Come on, man. Come on out there, Coach E land. Y'all feeling that?
Yeah, right. In tears.
Yes, literally. I was in tears off of that one, man.
Tears of sentimental value. He was so happy to have the memories come rushing back to his cortex.
But the crazy thing about it, man, I was not a Browns fan coming up as a kid. Me and LeBron now we talk about that, we had that in common. That was the furthest thing from a Browns fan as a kid coming up. I rooted for them to lose every single time. So like
still do.
so yeah, that's probably why I'm not a diehard like y'all. So I don't see things quite the way y'all see it. I'm like, nah. Because you remember, man, look, I was a Mike Vick Atlanta Falcons fan.
Oh, same here.
To the depth. I was sitting there. No, I'm talking about like I got the NFL Sunday ticket not to watch the Browns, but to watch the Falcons every Sunday. So I was like, I'm coming to the crib so I can watch the Falcons play every Sunday, not watch the Browns. So yeah, the me getting on to the Browns bandwagon, it took me moving to Atlanta and people talking trash about Cleveland that had made me want to come to the defense of my city. But before then, I didn't care, man. And I was like, whatever, man.
Hey, shout out to G. Bush. All them jerseys that he used to talk about me wearing, it was a Michael Vick jersey. I used to wear the hell out of that Michael Vick jersey with the headband and the armband, all that. Michael Vick was one of my
straight out of Nelly video.
Yeah, how Patrick Mahomes is right here, my favorite player in the NFL. That's how Vick was back then. But I still love the Browns first.
Yeah, see, you still love the Browns first. That wasn't it for me. But I digress. Let's talk a little college football before we get up out of here. So, Thanksgiving is this week. So you know what that means. That weekend is rivalry week. Look, I'm struggling again. I had that problem the last time. Rivalry week. So, of course, the biggest rivalry of them all is Ohio State and Michigan. So, Coach E, give us a preview of what to expect. Man, look, they lost the last 3 to Michigan.
Man,
if he lose the 4th, Ryan Day, I know you done won all these games, but bruh, for real, man, you might as well start looking in the classifieds, brother. Jump on Indeed.com, see who hiring, brother. Because I don't think they're going to be able to withstand it. But, Coach E, will it be a 4th time for Michigan this year? Is there even a remote possibility that Michigan can somehow pull off the upset against Ohio State?
It's a remote possibility just off of what it is, like how they play each other every time this game is played. But just like I said last week, and Byron tried to put the kibosh on it, he asked me about the Browns and Steelers. I said, we always got a chance because it's any given Sunday. And I said, these are the games that we win when people don't expect us to win. But that's just how this rivalry is. The team that everybody expect to win sometimes don't win just off of the hatred and the years and the momentum and just the lore of this whole game. But I do think State will win in the end. It's going to be a lot closer than people think. Everybody wants it to be a blowout. Everybody think it's going to be a blowout. Maybe it will tail off like at the end of the 3rd quarter, beginning of the 4th. State probably spread out the scoring margin. But I think it's going to be a lot closer just because of the pride and just that win streak that they are on. They coming in here again, just like how they lost. State lost in here 2 years ago. And on top of that, Charles is coming back over here Saturday. So we got a lot of rekindling to do. He's been kicked out for the last 2 years, and we welcome him in here. I can't pass this opportunity to talk shit into his face in person when they are eventually going to lose. So they will win. State will win. I want to say about like 34-17-ish. Like I said, that'll happen like later on in the game. But I think it's going to be a real competitive game. But then at the end of the day, like every game this year, Old State talent is just going to take over. You got too many guys. You just do. That's what everybody was worried about this Indiana game last week. Indiana don't have any guys. So I already knew that was not going to be a test. But this one is going to be a lot of passion, a lot of hatred, and a lot of hard-hitting, hard-nosed Northeast Ohio football in the elements and the cold with the pageantry, the crowd, everything. So it's going to be a good game, but O State to win probably about 38, 34, 17, something like that.
Pretty much the same score that the Indiana game was. So you brought up Indiana, and the funny thing, I'm with you about Indiana. Like, people were wondering if it's going to be a real test, and I knew it wasn't. And you want to know how I knew it wasn't going to be a real test? There's a lesson that I learned back in college. So my sophomore year, I remember it like it was yesterday. My sophomore year, the quirky upstart was North Carolina. I was all North Carolina. You remember the Hey Lover video with the LL with the North Carolina jersey, number 12? Yes. Your boy had that jersey. So I was like, yeah, it's North Carolina's time. Like, yeah, they're going to beat Florida State. Number 1 Florida State. They're going to knock them off, man. It's North Carolina's time.
Sure.
I felt so confident. I was like, hey, somebody said, put 50 on it. I was like, bet. Woo!
In college, 50 you lost.
Yes. In college, that 50 hurt, boy. I was like, man, yes. You know, I tried ducking and dodging dude for a couple days. Like, you're going to have to catch me to get this 50.
Especially on the college campus.
Look, hey, that's when I learned, like, the quirky upstarts, nah, man, never believe in them, man. So I knew Ohio State had that one in the bag, but yeah, that was my little story on that, man. And on that note, fellas.
Oh man, no Cavs. Cavs. That's all right. We'll talk about it next time. We'll go on that Boston game on
You
Sunday.
went a little longer. I was trying to squeeze in the Cavs when I was like, let's get it back on the rails. He was like,
That's
nah,
all right.
I still need to talk about Bronny. I was like, all right, man. I'm going to have to give.
Hey, I want to talk about Mr. B, but we'll come back to it on that Gilbert Arenas podcast. He agreed with y'all that Evan Mobley is the best on the team, and that's why we're not for real. But stay tuned, folks. We'll come back to that next week.
All right. So you hear that sound, so you know what that means. Good pod. Hey, Coach E.
Yes, Negro.
You got the post-game word for the people.
Yes, I do. All right, ladies and gentlemen, gather around, take it easy, all eyes on me. Today's word is thankful. This is the time of year everybody always talks about. For some reason, Thanksgiving is everybody's favorite holiday. If not everybody, at least 80 to 85% of the people that you talk to loves Thanksgiving just because it's always about family and eating. Let's take out the eating part. Let's think about family. It's probably people this Thanksgiving that's not going to be there that was there last Thanksgiving due to illness or passing away or anything like that. So let's just be thankful for the people that you will be with on that day and reminisce and think about the good times and just be happy in that day and enjoy each other's company. Uplift somebody, give everybody a hug, tell them you love them because like I said, you never know if they're going to be there next Thanksgiving. So let's not take nothing for granted. Let's just be thankful for the moment, live in it, cherish it, and everybody out there, happy Thanksgiving.
All right, let's go.
Win on me, win on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Win!
It sounds so sweet. Children and women, gentlemen and boys, thank you for listening to another episode of Coach E Game for All Seasons. We had a good day. Happy Thanksgiving coming up. Try not to eat so much. I'm going to try and pace myself as well. So I got to practice what I preach. With that being said, I'll let you know how much I eat next week.
Break.
Thank you for tuning in to Game for All Seasons with Coach E. Remember to hit the like or subscribe button on Coach E's YouTube channel. To listen on the go, download wherever you get your podcasts. Also, make sure to follow Coach E on Instagram, X, and TikTok at BigF216. Contact us at www.perfecttimefitness.com for one-on-one or group training sessions. Our theme music provided by Mr. Taboo Timmons on SoundCloud at Mr. Taboo Timmons. Once again, thanks for listening and see you next week.